Welcome back to the second half of the forest on the patch 0.14. So let's quickly jump into it and continue the rest. The third portion of the patch would include how everything looks in multiplayer, so check out the models in the third video. One of the things that they have implemented is of course boiling water. As I demonstrated in a previous video, drinking water is very dangerous if you don't boil it. One of the spots, of course there are many on this map that I found, this has a pot of course that you could boil water is located right here on the shore by this giant anchor. Right here. And of course you could pick it up. And there it is. And this is how it looks like when you hold it and equip it. Now, the new feature that they have added into the game is also the experimental roofs. You could find these experimental roofs in the, well, next to the experimental walls that I've built on the side that now have a new nice interesting feature of stretching. Now, let's click custom roof. When you approach your wall or something, as you could see, it now gives you C. It allows you to, well, determine the height of the roof. Let's say over here. I know, don't laugh at my roof. It's a work in progress. Of course, you can also stretch out the roof this way. You don't really need to build it the straight way like I did. You could just, put it over your head. It's a little annoying at times, but it can be done. Just bear with it. It's still, of course, after all, alpha. But they are doing an amazing job, I gotta say at that. This gives you a whole new world of possibilities of building, for example, experimental walls, smaller things, and then just building up pyramids, so to speak. This can be used in many ways. I'm sure people will get creative and will implement many different things that they're gonna build with this that's gonna look crazy. If you'll build it, they will come. I really like their new snap-on feature that allows you to, when you're building experimental walls and you place it down, it automatically allows you to continue building that experimental wall
That's what I was,
in a
that's what I
different
was looking at.
direction. And it seems that it's very convenient. You could build a whole house in one shot without have to stop to snap in the experimental walls. Also, as mentioned in the patch, found these new interesting looking containers that are currently empty and that I can't seem to do anything with, but they definitely do look like a nice little design. It says on them sag noon. Wait, I'm just reading it fucking upside down and backwards. Let me see what it says in the back of this thing. Moon gas. There we go. Moon gas. Well, next expansion for the forest, the moon. When the cannibals eat their way to the fucking moon. Please note, if this was already in the game before and I just didn't notice it, my bad, but I like to point out things that I've not yet seen in the forest before. Sometimes I make a mistake and that I missed it in a previous patch or something, but whatever. It's still, I figured I'd include this in the patch where, you have these pots and pans that you can now kick around and stuff. One of the last things that I'm gonna take a look at is the brand new recipes that they have added into the game, such as the Waterskin, which requires 2 deer skin and 1 rope. So right here we have 1, 2 deer skin, 1 rope, and now you can craft Waterskin. This is how it looks like when you hold it in your hand. Now, let's take a look at what we can fill the water skin up with. Even though you're able to drink out of the turtle shell, it doesn't look like I can fill it up. Maybe you can fill it up when the turtle shell is completely filled with water, and then it'll allow you to fill that up with. We're gonna go take a look at the ocean, maybe see if they allow me to fill it up here. And it definitely doesn't look like I can fill it up here. Let's go check out regular lakes. Now, when you approach a lake and get into it slightly, aside from the fact that there are now fish in here, you can now fill things up. As you could see here, my water skin now contains polluted water. Now, let's head back to our camp. As you can see, it doesn't seem like you can boil your water inside just water skin, but makes sense, of course. You would, burn the shit out of it. You could also, seems like you could take and drink from the water skin from your inventory, but your HP does seem to go down and you will take damage like you're drinking from a polluted pond equivalent. When you approach the pot, it doesn't seem that it allows you to pour the water into it in any way. And it doesn't seem that I can pour the water out of the water skin into it. When I try to right click, it doesn't allow me, and I can only equip this. It doesn't allow me to put an empty pot of water on the fire. So from what I can see, I currently can't boil the water out of the water skin flask. I really like what they've done to the environment. Just wanted to say looks quite amazing for an island. This fog implementation is very clear. And it seems to also affect their line of sight, not just yours, which is, fair convenience. Thank you all for tuning in to another guide on the forest. I hope you all found this guide helpful and informative. Please check out other available guides and walkthroughs on the forest by clicking on the next guide video or by clicking in the playlist in the description below. As always, please click like and please subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to check out the Twitch TV where I stream live all the time on different games and patches on the forest, Trendy Deep, and so on, the survival games in general.